All right, welcome. We're so excited to be coming to you live from CoachCon, first ever.
Yes.
Has this been awesome?
It's been so great. This is a breathtakingly beautiful venue, and I just got back from the Country Hall of Fame.
You did?
It was so cool with the Jeffrey Madoff.
No way.
Yep.
How fun is that?
So great.
So great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you're here, and we're going to have a great few minutes talking together. I wanted to welcome everybody in again. Hey, super glad you're here. My name's Chad Johnson. I am your host today. I've been in coach for almost 20 years. Can you believe that? Started in 2004. Old. I am very old.
Yeah.
They let me in at 20. No. Just transformative experience. Changed everything in my life. I mean, I literally can give Dan just so much credit for the brain I have today and the way I look at life, business, and family, and so many different things. I've been coaching almost 10 years, which is crazy. And I've got to meet amazing people like you, Mike, and watch your trajectory just over the years go through the roof. And anyways, I want to take a moment to introduce you.
Yeah. Tell
us about yourself, Mike. Who are you? What are you doing? What's your business? And then we'll go from there.
Sure. Small town kid from Eagle Lake, Minnesota. Son of a barber, oldest of four.
Oh, wow.
Self-taught programmer. I started coding when I was 14. I laid my hands on a TRS-80 Model 1 computer.
I didn't know this about you.
Yep. And then all I want to do is run away from home, go work for Steve Jobs in Wozniak in like 77. But I taught myself how to program video games, and then I started a couple software companies. I sold them, got into media, made a feature film, and then I sold everything in 2018, and I decided I loved creating businesses and collaborating with founders, but I don't like running businesses.
Wow.
So been creating and collaborating with founders ever since.
Wow.
We've created about 100 businesses, and when the AI bug hit, November 2022, I decided that was the next act. So I've had the good fortune of speaking a lot, just finished this new book.
Phenomenal book, by the way.
Thank you.
Phenomenal book.
Super that's excited. The history lesson.
What a great synopsis, too. You encapsulate a lot of history there.
A lot of reinventions.
And we can spend so much time unwrapping so many of those. But I want to really key in on two things.
Sure.
Because you do what you do in a very unique way. You're helping these business owners. You said it's created 100 plus businesses. Yeah. But you do it in a very expedited way.
It's in 1 week.
So did you hear that, guys? 1 week. So how does that work real quick? Give us a,
yeah. Well, we call it the Superpower Accelerator Experience. And the way it begins is, so I wrote a book called Your Next Act.
Okay.
Because the backstory behind it is back when I sold everything, I had also had cancer as of now about 12 years ago.
I had no idea.
Yep. Stage 3 colorectal cancer, dang near killed me.
Done.
Yep.
Good for you.
And so I had been doing a lot of info marketing, a lot of products, lots and lots of launches, and the lifestyle wasn't very lifestyle compatible.
Yep.
And you know, going through Coach, being in part of Genius Network and all these groups, I did a lot of soul searching, and I was like, one day I just woke up, and the way I felt is I had outgrown who I was, what I did, why I did it, who I did it for.
Wow.
So then I was talking to some founders who had just sold their businesses, and they said, me too. What do you think my next act should be? Well, that evolved into the book.
Yep.
But
you were listening.
Here's how it works, is I talk to people. The best way in coach language is, if I asked you, what's your unique ability?
Right.
What's your superpower? What's your zone of genius? And if you could spend 99% of your time doing just that, what would it be?
Wow.
And we design and engineer businesses, brands, and everything you need. So over a period of a week, well, there's setup, obviously.
Sure.
I've got an amazing team.
Sure.
We create what we call a Category 1 brand. Your offer like a pitch deck. So imagine if you had 10 minutes to present in front of a perfect fit audience.
Yep.
What would you say?
Wow.
So they would all raise their hand and go, that's what I want. Right?
Wow.
So we build marketing materials. Sometimes we write books. We'll create all the content. We do interviews, podcast promotion, like all the pieces you need. We've had people walk away. Our record is $1.2 million 3 days after we finished.
Come on.
And our biggest record is $34 million 2 weeks after we finished.
from a 1-week business launch, from 0 to here's all your marketing collateral,
Everything,
launch
yeah.
it, go and sell it.
Really what we're in the business of is creating new identities and confidence building tools.
Wow.
where we practice. It's improv. We actually perform your next act as though you're performing for your perfect fit audience.
So cool.
It's
so cool.
It's improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no wonder you love it. I mean, and again, this is a great expression of your unique ability, and you've aligned yourself with great teamwork to do it.
It's the way I would frame it is strategic coach is the best operating system you could ever install inside your brain. I know you'd agree with me with that.
Yep.
And the second thing is the free zone is where you train your brain for Dan's vision of a $15 trillion economy. And you see abundance and collaboration in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Best investment I've ever made over and over and over again. I'm glad I'm a slow learner.
Could you say that one more time?
Strategic coach in the free zone is the best investment I've ever made over and over again. I'm in for life.
It's so funny. We were at that party last night right, with Chad, and I'm talking with Dan, and I said, so Dan, you got your talk tomorrow? And he goes, I just have one thing. I said, what? He goes, I want all of them to sign up for Free Zone.
Yeah.
I was like, I go, at least he's clear.
I told him that we did a brainstorm because we're doing a session tomorrow as of right now. And I said, I have one job, and that is to inspire everyone to join Free Zone.
Well, you're good
That's
at
my
what
job.
you do, and
Thanks,
I mean
man.
it. You're a gift to this community, and you know that. And I don't say that lightly. How long have you been involved in Coach?
12 years.
12 years.
And I met Dan and Babs at an Eben Pagan event in 2012.
Oh, no way.
And it was interesting because I had spoken and I got a message that said, Dan Sullivan wants to meet you in his suite. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And he just wanted to sit down and talk. And the truth is, I didn't understand how much that meant at the time.
Right.
And it took me a couple more years.
Wow.
Actually, it was before that. It may have been 2008 now that I think about it. It is, 2008 or 2009. And I think it was, around 2012. It was right around cancer time that I joined.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, like you said, that is so rare.
I joined too late. Now the best thing I can do is stay in. Yeah.
I've never heard it put that way. I like that. Best thing I can do is stay in. But good for you.
Thank you.
And I mean it. It truly, you use good language for it. You said the best the best operating system for an entrepreneur's mind.
Entrepreneurial operating system.
That's it.
And I think everyone needs an upgrade in seeing your better forward moving future, right? That's so much of this, and the tools that we get. And I told Dan this morning. I was walking with him, and I said, only recently did I understand the genius of your teaching style, which is plant a seed. And like he said, the problem with most of us entrepreneurs, we'll get the tool, and most of us do it wrong. But it's doing it wrong that we learn the most. And then we have conversations about it, and he discovers new things through our absolutely idiotic mistakes that we make on an ongoing basis. And he's like, because for him it's improv too. I mean, deep inside,
no doubt.
I think that's what he and I have in common. We're both entertainers on the inside. We just like to create.
That's right.
Yeah.
So good. Tell me this: in your journey through Coach, what would you say are some of the? You mentioned that operating system.
Yeah.
But what top mindsets shifts have kind of been this? What would you say?
Okay, so his most recent tool, well, almost most recent tool. I'm going to say it's the triple play.
Triple play.
And at our last Free Zone session, remember that? So the setup, and this is what I'm actually talking about tomorrow. So I'm going to give you the
lowdown.
What's going to happen?
It's the inside scoop. All right. That's right.
So here's what happened. And again, some of this was totally by accident, but then it turned into a thing.
Right.
So the triple play by itself is where you look at your knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Is that the circle?
I believe that's exactly what they. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you basically fill out these three little things, and then you create relationships between them. But it's the act of writing and drawing, and also, again, Dan's genius is take 1 minute to do this, this, and this, right? So you have a deadline. Nothing better than a deadline to get stuff done, especially for squirrel.
That's right.
Maniac quick start, which means I got
drive performance, baby.
I got nothing. I had a friend once say, like a bag of gnats on amphetamines. So anyway, I'll stay back on
Back to the triple play,
yes.
right.
So what happened with the triple play,
connect all those.
you create the relationship,
Yeah.
and then you start seeing these patterns, and he also incorporates your past history,
Yeah.
your forward, future, what you want and what you've done, and you see these patterns you've never seen before. Well, here's where things got interesting, and you were there. It's where we broke into groups of 3, and everyone took their unique abilities, and we combined them.
Yep.
We actually fed those into an AI, and then did like a AI collaboration and created 60 ideas, business ideas based upon our unique abilities, and I triple played it.
Right.
I basically built an AI to
To
interpret
handle
this,
all the data, right?
and we created a lot of businesses all at once. So here's the point of this is, inside of about an hour, I took, I think, Dan's best tools,
Yep.
combined with this environment of the free zone, with this idea of unique ability, added a little AI,
Right.
and then created something brand new, and it turned into a new tool on top of a tool, and it completely changed the way I think about engaging and interacting with my clients now,
Wow.
and the way I teach my teams.
Wow.
So it was like, what happens in coach is you never think the same way again.
That's so good.
And Dan's little tool with a series of beautiful accidents,
Iterations.
yeah,
Right. Iterations.
in real time,
Yeah. Yeah.
completely shifted my inner psychology and my outer ability to express myself.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know how to make
Let's-
it like this is
How does it get any better than that?
doesn't. It's
so rich.
creative collaboration.
Yeah.
And
It's so stinking cool.
yeah, that's
So
it.
good.
I like this cult.
Yeah, I'm in. So I like this call. We joke around a lot. You really don't have to,
No,
pay with your
I
life.
kid.
But,
I kid
but,
about the
but
cult.
yeah. But hey, question for you.
Yes.
Because you mentioned you added a little bit of AI. I was there. You, in your sharing, have really done a deep dive since that 2022 date. And AI is arguably going to be the greatest transformative thing in the history of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, next to fire and the internet.
Right?
I think it's the 3rd greatest invention.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you sit there and go, the second
I guess fire wasn't invented, but you know what I mean.
I do, somebody came across.
Someone captured it.
Yeah, someone captured it. But you know what, it's interesting you say that. First time I saw it displayed, I went home and told my wife, I said, I felt like I just saw electricity for the first time. I was like, what, there's an off-ramp here. Well, you, and a coach, I think, especially free zone, tip of the sword, people innovating around this and doing things. You, tip of the sword, in the sense that you're just grabbing onto these things. What would you tell the growth-minded entrepreneur right now who has been like, AI's over there, I'm not really into it, whatever, it's technology. What would you tell them right now?
Yeah. So something happened today. A young man who was waiting our table during lunch walked up to me, and he saw my AI book sitting next to me. And he said, did you write an AI book? He said, yeah. And he said, is AI going to take all of our jobs? And he said, I was in computer science, studying computer science, and I wasn't sure if I should continue. And I repeated something I've heard before, which is, you don't have to worry about AI taking your job. You have to worry about someone using AI taking your job.
Pardon me.
I'll wait for the cough.
Say that again.
Okay. You don't have to worry about AI taking your job. You have to worry about someone using AI taking your job. And I said,
Huge.
Here's another way of thinking about it. AI makes a smart person 100 times smarter really fast. You can be 100 times more productive. But more importantly, human beings can do more human things while robots can do robot things and computers can do computer things. So AI is going to create more jobs. Technology's always created more jobs, but they're higher value jobs, more creative jobs. And my wife Vivian, who's sitting out here, said, I've never seen you so creative.
Sorry.
No problem. Got water?
So sorry. Yeah.
No worries. I'll remember where I am, and I'm not going to move.
I know you will.
It'll make
I know.
a quick cut,
Like,
and they
did
can
it really happen?
They can do a medium shot, and then cut to me, and
we're back.
tell me when you're ready.
Rock on.
You're good?
Yep.
So my wife Vivian said something, and it really hit me hard. She said, you finally have a tool that can keep up with your creativity.
Wow.
And
wow.
boy, that hit me like...
That's good.
And I felt like, and I've never been so excited as I am right now. Every day I'm like, there's something brand new to make. There's something brand new and a better way to collaborate. And we get so much more done. My hope is that young people can feel that spark of power and energy and hope and get the same feeling maybe you and I did the first time we used the internet, or sat down with a computer, or felt the freedom of driving a car, or wherever your moment of freedom and your moment of power was.
Wow.
This is like an accelerant.
So well said.
So I am hopeful, you know, there are very few people shoe horses anymore, because you learned how to change tires on a car, or the next thing, or the next thing.
Yeah.
And there are certain tasks that, you know, like, I think it's absolutely inhumane to put anyone in a hole to dig for coal. And some people are going to fight for their jobs. You know what? Some jobs shouldn't exist any longer.
Yeah.
They're inhumane.
Yeah.
And it's just a different lens, and we're all fearful. Human beings are fearful. Our lizard brain takes over, and it's like bad, new bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? We all grow into it.
That's it.
School was probably bad. Education was bad. And you know what? Communism, you know what they do to educated people?
Right?
Yeah, they kill them.
Yeah.
So I kind of rank it in the same place. This is an accelerant for humanity, if it's done right.
Yeah. And you have grabbed a hold of this tool. You're not only, and tell us about your book. You mentioned you wrote a book. Give us a cliff note.
All right, so there's two ideas. The subtitle is How to 10x Your Productivity, Clone Your Smartest Employees, and Monetize Your IP in the New Economy. And the top, there's a lesson I teach in there. It's the AI revolution will turn millionaires into billionaires and billionaires into trillionaires. So the big idea is this is a tool that you can collaborate with to make you 1,000 times smarter, 1,000 times more productive, and also leverage billions of dollars of infrastructure technology. So it wasn't long ago when a poor, uneducated immigrant could come to the United States and become a millionaire by being productive and understand how to take advantage of the great opportunities here. And then in the internet revolution, we had billionaires, whether it's Gates or Jobs or Elon Musk or the Google brothers and many others. There's more billionaires now than ever before. I think we're going to see a few trillionaires in the next couple of years. A few of them we've never even heard their names yet. And it's because they can leverage billions of dollars of infrastructure that didn't exist yesterday. Right? So this is an imagination and capability amplifier of epic proportions. Yeah.
I hope you're getting the excitement that I mean, it's so contagious. It really is.
Brother.
And I mean it. Thank you for not only being a pioneer in the space, but then taking the time to package it and make it accessible to others, because this is very intimidating to a lot of people.
I know.
It really is. There's a lot of overwhelm. Like you said, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of scarcity, and the exact opposite is what an entrepreneur's mindset should be is, hey, here's a resource, and how do I use this to elevate what I'm currently doing. And so I hope our entrepreneurs here, or anybody listening to the podcast, is literally goes away fired up, saying, hey, this is for me, it's not against me. How do I deploy it to really enhance, like you said, my creative value creation, right, and output. All right.
It's a new language you get to speak, and it doesn't take long to learn, and a way to think about it is you can talk to it, and it'll reply, and it'll help you become a better human by becoming a better communicator. That's the beauty and the power of it.
Wow. You definitely have to ask smarter questions, right?
Yeah.
Because it's only
better questions.
Really what it's about. So good. Well, as we wrap up here.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say just about anything in particular? Just thank you again.
Yes.
Like I said, for your sponsorship. Thank you for your involvement at Coach. What final remarks?
Well, subscribe to the Capability Amplifier podcast with Dan and me.
Let's do it.
We're, I don't know how many years.
Capability Multiplier.
CapabilityAmplifier.com.
Podcast.
Yep, that's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
Dan and I have been doing this now for, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, can't remember.
Yeah.
It is one of the highlights of my life. It really is. It's so much fun. And then you can get a copy of the book for free if you go to digitalcafe.ai/coach.
Say that one more time.
digitalcafe.ai/coach.
Perfect.
And you just fill out a little form and you'll get the book for free.
Copy.
Yeah. How do you like that?
That's beautiful. Come on.
Can't beat free.
Can't beat free.
Yeah.
Mike, such an honor to know you.
Always a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Yep.
Thank you for being here.